Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Try not to become a man of success, but rather a man of value. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. There are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. The only source of knowledge is experience. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Logic will get you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Play is the highest form of research. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. Wisdom is not a product of schooling but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Once you stop learning, you start dying. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The mind is like a parachute. It only functions when it is open. The more curious we are, the more possibilities we see. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or the others crazy? Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Curiosity is more important than knowledge. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Nature hides her secrets because of her essential loftiness, but not by means of ruse. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. A human being is part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. If at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it. God does not play dice with the universe. Logic is the foundation of the certainty of science. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. You never fail until you stop trying. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. Where there is love, there is no imposition of obligations or regulations. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or objects. Love is a better teacher than duty. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Happiness never decreases by being shared. A quiet and modest life brings more joy than a pursuit of success bound with constant unrest. You cannot solve a problem with the same thinking that created it. The measure of intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Out of difficulties grow miracles. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Small is the number of people who see with their eyes and think with their minds. Great ideas often receive violent opposition from mediocre minds. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Logic takes you from it to be, imagination will take you everywhere. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Nothing happens until something moves. Common sense is nothing more than a deposit of prejudices laid down in the mind before age 18. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it is built for. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Time is an illusion. Space and time are modes by which we think, not conditions in which we live. The faster you go, the shorter you are. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I am not sure about the universe. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Time flies when you're having fun. A question that drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? Once you can accept the universe as matter expanding into nothing that is something, wearing stripes with plaid comes easy. To punish me for my contempt for authority, fate made me an authority myself.